tell me about your identity and how does that relate to your culture, right?
Right. So, this is always kind of a difficult question to answer, but I came out as like queer very early. I would say I was aware of it in elementary school because
Wow.
there's a little bit of a story there. In like
Okay.
third grade, I used to kiss a bunch of girls, and I would call it the game. And the game was just like, okay, let's see how long we can kiss each other. And then I realized like that's not like a normal thing kids do.
No, I've never heard of that what game before.
Um, and then I think it was like the sixth grade in middle school, I realized like, okay, I'm definitely like bisexual, and that was definitely the truth. Uh, and then I started realizing as well, like like around puberty, like, oh, people perceive me as like a woman and like just as a woman, and I realized that that also was not something I ever aligned with. And it started off with me being very confident, like I'm a trans man. And I was like,
Right.
yep, I'm a trans man. And I leaned super hard into it. I remember I used to wear like fake mustaches to school. And like
Like in middle school and high school?
in high school,
Oh
yeah. And I
wow.
used to go into the boys' bathroom and they had to like tell me, like, you can't go in the boys' bathroom. You have to use
Well, that's
the.
another question I have for later on, but
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I wanted you to finish your whole thing
Yeah.
first.
And then it slowly morphed into like non-binary or gender fluid, mainly because I didn't have like the means to actually transition, and I'm still kind of going through that. And also because my concept of masculinity and femininity is a little different compared to the Western world, I would say, or like, yeah, I guess the Western world, because I grew up with portraits and like banners and like religious imageries of like Krishna or Shiva or even like the idea of Kalki and like all these like Hindu gods. And if you actually look at those images, they have like curvaceous waists and hips. They sometimes have like the insinuation of breasts. They have long hair. They have makeup. They always have makeup,
So
right?
very androgynous.
Yeah, very androgynous, but they're still like tapped into the idea of like these are men.
Right.
And we do have concepts of third gender already. Like that is a thing in Nepal. It's I believe Nepal was the first Asian country to legalize or to like acknowledge third gender and gay marriage. So like that's something that I was already kind of cognizant to. And it was hard to explain that to people here because that idea is more black and white. It's like if you're a man, you need to be muscular, you need to look this way. If you're a woman, you need to look this way and behave this way. And the
Mm-hmm.
idea of performing a gender. Whereas for me, I was like, oh, well, performing a gender, if I want to look like a god, right? If I want to look like these gods, I need to still kind of do these feminine things and be
Mm-hmm.
very it's considered holy and like masculine to still be in touch with your emotions in Asia. And I would say even today, I mean like look at like I would say like East Asian entertainment, and a lot of the men also wear makeup or they have
Sure.
long hair. And
Right.
it's not seen as masculine here, but it is over there.
Because
So
Jesus has long hair too, just
Jesus
noticing,
also has
you
long hair.
know. So
And
what does that say?
sometimes they draw him with like flowers and like red lips and stuff. So
He did hang out with a lot of guys.
he did, absolutely. So it's like I always took inspiration and like that was kind of what I aligned with when it comes to gender. And even to this day, like even with all this, I still see myself aligned with masculinity and manhood, and there is a bit of like androgyny in that. And the good thing is, goth also aligns with that.
Yeah, for sure.